Hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you how to do some awesome slow motion camera movements that are very simple and very easy to do. All you need is a camera that can film anywhere higher than 60 FPS. 100 FPS would be absolutely brilliant because you cannot slow down footage slower than recorded it, otherwise it will look laggy. You can go faster but you cannot slow it down. So literally all you'll need is that camera and something to help hold your camera steady, because the steadier you have your shots, the better it will look. Slowing it down as well, if you have a bit of shake, it will smooth out those shakes. When you speed it up, you might get a bit of movement in the camera. So if you have a monopod or a tripod, something to help hold that camera steady. But remember, with the tripod you won't have as much freedom with a slider or a jib or something like that. So what you want to do, you'll want to focus your camera on a bit that's going to be slowed down. So in my case, it's going to be the name of the camera. The name of the camera will be slowed down. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move the camera away and have the camera slightly out of shot. All you'll need to do is move your camera at a constant speed. You don't want to slow it down or speed it up. All that would be done in post. So what I'm going to do from there, I'm going to move the camera sideways, and once I've got that name, if it's in focus, I'm going to tilt the camera but it's still moving to the side, so that name stays a bit longer in frame, and then I'm going to then let the camera fall back out of shot again. So it'll go, so you'll just see the camera, then you'll see all the camera, and then I'll see the camera for a bit longer, but I'll be keeping this at a constant movement. I'm going to do this a couple times just so I've got quite a few. So now in editing software, you'll now have the footage that looks a bit like this. You'll see it go slightly off frame, going in quite slow because you filmed it in 60 FPS or 100 FPS. So you'll be going in, you'll see the camera or whatever your object was, and then it'll fall back out again. You don't have to do that, that's just how I've done it. You can film it any way you like. What you want to do is now you want to select the bit you want it to go in slow motion. You'll select that first frame and cut it there. You'll then go back a couple seconds or wherever you want it to start to speed up and cut there again. You'll then right click on it and go onto durations and speed it up by 500% or 900%, however fast you want it to go. And then you'll have something that looks a bit like this, where it'll go slow, fast, and then slow again. Then you want to cut again, where you want it to go fast again. You'll cut there, and you'll right click and you'll go probably a bit faster to 1000% or 900%. And then you'll have something that looks a bit like this. You'll have it going slow, fast, slow, and then fast again. And that looks brilliant how it is. But if you want to emphasize that speed up, what you want to do is you want to zoom in. So what you want to do, you want to select the very last shot of that first speed up you did and add a keyframe. And then you'll add a keyframe to the very beginning of that speed up bit. And that first keyframe you added at the beginning, at the very end of that speed up bit, you'll adjust it to how you want it. So you'll zoom in and then adjust the frame. You've got to remember, you don't want to zoom in too much, otherwise it might look a bit odd. If you've got a very short speed up, it'll make it look a bit odd. If it's a very long speed up, then you probably can go in a bit more. But remember, if you're filming in 1080 and you zoom in, you'll lose your quality. So once you've done that, you'll want to copy across that keyframe and that keyframe onto the bit where it's going slow, so it'll match exactly on that other one, so you won't get any jumping. So then what you want to do, you want to copy that keyframe onto the very first shot of that last speed up. And then you'll put a keyframe at the very end, or in about the middle of that speed up, depending on how long it is. On that very last keyframe, I'm going to reset everything out, so the camera will then, you'll have something that looks like this. It'll go slow, fast and zoom in and slow down, and then it'll go fast and zoom all the way back out again. So it makes it look like the camera's going in when it's actually not. And it just emphasizes that speed up. You don't have to do the movements I showed you today, you can do all sorts. If you had a jib, you can move the camera up and go over above. If you had a tripod a bit like I had, you could lift it up, or you could lift it by hand. If you did it by hand, you'll have to add warp stabilizer, and then you'll have to export it and re-add it in again, because you cannot add warp stabilizer to anything that's going to speed up or slow down. Your mind is literally the limit to this, so you can do absolutely anything you want. So grab your camera and just start filming and messing around. The more practice, the better it'll start to look. Thank you for watching everyone, and if you like the video, click the like button down there. If you disliked it, click the dislike button. If you want to see more, subscribe up there or down there. I'll see you next time for some more awesome camera techniques, photography techniques, or editing techniques. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.